what's your Vegas routine now, Tony? Like, do you have some favorite things you like to do in
Yes.
What do you like in Las Vegas?
Yes, I like to fly in, do the show, and get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. That's about what I was expecting from you, I guess. Have you ever had fun in Las Vegas with
yes, I have. I had some fun at somebody's bachelor party a long time ago.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Let's just move on as quickly as we can.
It was your bachelor party.
I have no recollection of that. Not at all.
Okay.
May 1st, 2000 is what we're going to be watching today. Season 6, episode 18 on Peacock.
Dave Silva was there at your bachelor party, so he remembers it too.
Dave Silva was not there. Dave Silva has never attended my bachelor party.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Positive. He was not there.
Well, where the hell was he? Didn't he want to?
He was the same place you were on my wedding. Not there. He too was doing the Gwinnett Braves or Georgia Bulldogs or
I was doing the Georgia Bulldogs that time, just to let you know.
Yeah, and you don't even give a fuck about them now.
No, I don't. Don't give a fuck about anything.
So you skip my wedding to support something you don't give a fuck about.
Well, I gave a fuck about it. Listen, motherfucker.
I married Megan Flair, not her dad. It's not like you can just get the next wedding.
Okay, I give a fuck about my job. Okay, I give a fuck about going to work.
You don't even work there.
Well, I don't now, but I did at one time.
Okay, so you'll quit for Tony Khan, but not for me. I see how it is.
Well, duh.
I would do the same. Somebody else who would quit for Tony Khan, but not for me, is going to be our special guest today. Can you believe we convinced somebody to watch wrestling from 2000 with us, Tony?
Isn't that something that somebody would want to watch some shit stuff?
I mean, that almost feels like they should be eligible for hazard pay to watch something from WCW in the year 2000.
Yeah. Some things hold up as far as through time. Great movies, you watch them again years and decades later, you watch them again and you say, man, that movie holds up even today.
Yes.
And that's the thing about WCW back in 2000. It was so shitty. It is still shitty today.
Yeah. It was never in style.
Never. You can't watch anything about it and go, oh, that was better than I thought. Bullshit. It was as bad as I thought. It's amazing.
Well said. Very little redeeming qualities about WCW 2000, which is why I think we need to do a big round of applause for our special guest who's going to be a good sport today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What Happened When for the very first time. Your friend and mine, Mr. Alex Marvez. What's going on, Alex? How are
you? Gentlemen, we got a surly Tony Schiavone. We have a very upbeat Conrad Thompson. I am ready to roll here. Watch some WCW circa 2000 when Tony Schiavone was probably part of my criticism of the product when I was doing the wrestling column.
Part of your criticism of the product, you hated me from Jim Crockett Promotions on.
It's been a long time of hate, Tony. It really has. But, things have transpired. I've gotten to see a different side of Tony Schiavone and a little more understanding maybe of his announcing style and some of the pressures he may have been under to try to sell some of the bullshit being pitched by his bosses at the time. So it has allowed me some insight that has given me a new appreciation for Tony Schiavone through the years.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
Well said.
Let me take my blood pressure medication on that one.
Is that a Heineken?
Yeah, Tony's not that cool to be drinking in the morning.
That would be fantastic. Well, listen, to get through this product sometimes, brother,
you got to do what you got to do. I get it.
You know what this is, Alex? This is Tony Khan water, buddy.
Ah,
you understand?
Yes,
sir.
What is Tony Khan water?
It's Mountain Valley spring water.
Yes.
Oh, that's just his go-to brand.
That's And you know what? I started drinking it, and damn it, he's right. It's good.
That's why Tony needs a new contract and a raise to pay for the water. That's what it is. Not even cost of living raise, just the water itself.
Yeah, the water you get it at Whole Foods, so you know how much.
You could put that in your rider, Tony.
Yeah, I could. Look, let's call Mike Dawkins right now. I need the goddamn water right now, Mike. Let's go. Every time I call Mike, he's working out. Did you know that?
You're clearly not calling often enough. Have you, Alex? I don't know that you know that JR is so complimentary on his podcast about the work you do in announcer prep and with the notes and stuff, but he just raves and goes on and on. And I let him do it, but I think to myself, what do his notes for Tony Schiavone say? I think about the open for the television show The Simpsons, where Bart would get in trouble and you would see him writing on a chalkboard the same thing over and over and over. He's writing his sentences. That used to be punishment for kids in school. And I imagine your notes for Tony just say, "That's exactly right, Excalibur. That's exactly right, Excalibur. That's exactly right, Excalibur. That's exactly right, Excalibur." Is that about right?
It's about right. Also, I try to work in as many wrong facts as possible.
Oh,
Incorrect winning streaks, incorrect results, things that never really happened, that Tony can just throw out there while he's on the air, trying to help him out. That's the type of guy that I am, to make sure that his thought process works properly. And by the way, since I did bring JR 2 coffees before both of the matches that he called the other day, no cream, 2 Splendas, black, I feel like I deserve the compliments from JR. Also, I got the logo changed on his jacket, which was a big deal since we have a new logo. I rushed over. I jogged for the first time in years over to our Teamsters. And we had Chris, he went ahead. He grabbed the bull by the horns, cut off the old logo, put on the new logo, and voila, there we were. JR was transformed for the pay-per-view, knowing that he had the new AEW logo as opposed to the old logo, which still seems to surface from time to time on our broadcast. But hopefully soon enough, that'll be taken care of.
One thing about Alex Marvez is, and this is true about Alex, Alex has a lot of good ideas. And he and I talk about this a lot. And one of the good ideas about Alex is, hey, everybody's got to have the new logo. And I thought, yeah, they do. And then when JR walks out with the new logo on his jacket, I remember thinking, fucking Alex Marvez. Yes. Alex Marvez had it done. I do want to show this, though. A little behind the scenes stuff. Here are the notes that Alex provides to me on Collision on a weekly basis.
Okay. So that's the actual note right there.
The actual notes right there.
All the research there.
All the research. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the ones he provides for Excalibur and JR are a lot more pages than this, but
there's staples in them. They have to be stapled, is what I was told.
Right. Yeah.
In order, too, by the way. People get a little sensitive if you send the match notes out of order.
Yeah.
So I have to wait until we get the format, and then they're put in the proper order. So that's something that goes on as well when it comes to the notes. And by the way, the French announce team, a lot more appreciative than Tony Schiavone, for example. The Germans love me. Oh, no sarcasm from the Germans. All right. Spanish announce team, Carlos Cabrera, new addition, even got his own graphic. Very appreciative. Thank you for sending the notes. Thank you.
Yeah.
We just have a little Collision workflow thing that I have a second job. I do the NFL. It's tied me up a little bit. Maybe someday I can be full-time at AEW, leave the NFL in the past, and be able to provide Tony Schiavone with all the notes that he wants. But for right now, we have a little bit of a Collision workflow issue. Doesn't prevent Tony, though, from updating the notes I have sent in the past and then, using them in that fashion. So I feel good about that. And of course, I don't go online and critique any mistakes that Tony may make with his own notes under an anonymous X account or anything like that. I know Tony really cares about people on social media. He really worries about your feedback. So I would send as many things to him as possible, offering advice, offering little things that he may have missed. He loves that. He thrives on it.
Corrections.
Loves corrections.
Yeah.
Loves second guessing.
Yes.
All those things. That's a Tony Schiavone I know working backstage at AEW.
Yeah. Here's what, for all the people on Twitter that love to critique what we do and who like to troll me and especially like to troll Tony Khan, I say right here, right there. Okay.